The Titanic, a name that still echoes with both wonder and sorrow. In the early 1900s, she was the largest ship ever built. People called her unsinkable. She represented the height of luxury and technological achievement. The Titanic set sail on April 10, 1912 from Southampton, England. Her destination, New York City. On board were over 2,200 people. They included some of the wealthiest people in the world. Also traveling were immigrants hoping for a new life in America. The Titanic was more than just a ship. She was a symbol of human ambition and progress. No one could have imagined the tragic fate that awaited her. The Titanic was not just a marvel of engineering, she was a floating city, a beacon of hope and a testament to human ingenuity. Her construction began in 1909 at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast, Ireland. Thousands of workers toiled day and night, pouring their sweat and skill into this colossal project. The ship was designed to be the epitome of luxury, with opulent interiors that rivaled the finest hotels of the time. In the early 1900s, she was the largest ship ever built. People called her unsinkable. The ship's hull was divided into 16 watertight compartments, and it was believed that even if 4 of these were breached, the Titanic would still stay afloat. This confidence in her design led many to believe that she was invincible. She represented the height of luxury and technological achievement. The first-class accommodations were nothing short of spectacular, featuring grand staircases, lavish dining rooms, and even a swimming pool. The ship also boasted a gymnasium, a squash court, and Turkish baths, ensuring that passengers could enjoy every conceivable comfort during their voyage. The Titanic set sail on April 10, 1912, from Southampton, England. Her departure was a grand event witnessed by thousands who gathered to see off the largest and most luxurious ship in the world. The atmosphere was electric, filled with excitement and anticipation. Her destination, New York City. The journey was expected to take about a week, and the passengers looked forward to arriving in the bustling metropolis, a symbol of opportunity and new beginnings. On board were over 2,200 people. They came from all walks of life, from the wealthiest industrialists to humble immigrants. Each passenger had their own story, their own dreams and aspirations. They included some of the wealthiest people in the world. First-class passengers enjoyed unparalleled luxury, with private promenades, gourmet meals, and personal stewards attending to their every need. Also, traveling were immigrants hoping for a new life in America. For them, the Titanic was a vessel of hope, carrying their dreams of a better future across the Atlantic. The Titanic was more than just a ship. She was a symbol of human ambition and progress. Her journey was a testament to the era's technological advancements and the unyielding spirit of exploration. She was a symbol of human ambition and progress. The Titanic embodied the pinnacle of early 20th century innovation, a floating palace that showcased the best of what humanity could achieve. No one could have imagined the tragic fate that awaited her. The iceberg that lay in her path was an unforeseen adversary, a stark reminder of nature's unpredictability. The sinking of the Titanic was not just a maritime disaster, it was a poignant lesson in humility and the limits of human ambition. The night of April 14th started calmly. The sea was still, the sky was clear. It was a serene and peaceful night with the vast ocean reflecting the twinkling stars above. The passengers aboard the Titanic were enjoying the luxurious amenities of the ship, unaware of the impending disaster. Some were dancing in the grand ballroom, while others were relaxing in their cabins or strolling on the deck, taking in the crisp night air. The ship, touted as the epitome of human engineering and luxury, was on its maiden voyage, and spirits were high. But just before midnight the Titanic struck an iceberg. The collision was sudden and unexpected, sending a shudder through the ship. The lookout had spotted the iceberg too late, and despite the crew's best efforts to steer clear, the massive ship could not avoid the collision. The sound of the impact echoed through the night, a harbinger of the tragedy that was about to unfold. The collision happened off the coast of Newfoundland. The iceberg, a silent and deadly force of nature, had been drifting in the cold waters of the North Atlantic. The region was known for its treacherous ice fields, but the Titanic, deemed unsinkable, had ventured into these waters with confidence. The impact tore a hole in the ship's side. The iceberg's jagged edge had ripped through the hull, creating a series of gashes that compromised the ship's watertight compartments. The damage was catastrophic, and the crew quickly realized the severity of the situation. Water rushed into several compartments. The ship's design, which was supposed to prevent such a disaster, failed to contain the flooding. The icy water poured in with relentless force, filling the lower decks and causing the ship to list. The crew and passengers were thrown into chaos as they scrambled to understand what was happening. The unsinkable Titanic was sinking. The realization was slow to dawn on many, but, as the water continued to rise, the gravity of the situation became undeniable. The ship, once a symbol of human achievement, was now a sinking behemoth, its fate sealed by the unforgiving ocean. Panic spread throughout the ship as the reality of the situation set in. Passengers and crew alike were gripped by fear and confusion. The lifeboats, which were insufficient in number, became the focus of desperate attempts to escape. The crew tried to maintain order, but the sheer scale of the disaster made it an impossible task. Lifeboats were launched, but there weren't enough for everyone. The lifeboats, designed to hold a fraction of the ship's population, were quickly filled. Many were launched half-empty in the confusion, leaving even more people stranded on the sinking ship. The cold, dark sea awaited those who could not find a place in the lifeboats. Over 1,500 people perished in the icy waters. The freezing temperatures and the chaos of the sinking made survival nearly impossible for those who ended up in the water. The lifeboats, filled with survivors, could do little to help those left behind. The cries for help gradually faded into the night, leaving a haunting silence. It remains one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. The sinking of the Titanic is a somber reminder of the fragility of human endeavors against the forces of nature. The tragedy has been etched into the annals of history, serving as a poignant lesson in humility and the need for vigilance. The stories of heroism and loss from that fateful night continue to resonate, reminding us of the human cost of hubris and the enduring power of the sea. For decades, the Titanic's sinking was blamed solely on the iceberg. The narrative was simple. A massive ship, deemed unsinkable, met its tragic end after colliding with an iceberg in the frigid waters of the North Atlantic. This story has been passed down through generations, becoming a part of popular culture and history books alike. However, new research suggests other factors played a role. Historians and researchers have delved deeper into the archives, uncovering documents and testimonies that paint a more complex picture of the events leading up to the disaster. These findings challenge the long-held belief that the iceberg was the sole culprit. One theory points to a fire in the ship's coal bunker. This fire, which reportedly started days before the ship's departure, may have been burning unnoticed or unreported. The coal bunker fire theory suggests that the intense heat from the fire could have compromised the structural integrity of the ship. Evidence suggests this fire started before the Titanic left Southampton. Photographs taken before the voyage show a dark mark on the hull, which some experts believe indicates the presence of the fire. This has led to speculation that the ship was already in a weakened state when it set sail. It likely weakened the hull, making it more vulnerable to the iceberg's impact. When the Titanic struck the iceberg, the compromised hull may have given way more easily, leading to the rapid flooding of the ship's compartments and its eventual sinking. This revelation has sparked controversy and debate among historians. Some argue that the fire was a significant contributing factor to the disaster, while others believe that the iceberg alone was enough to cause the catastrophic damage. The debate continues as more evidence is examined and new theories are proposed. Some argue the fire was a contributing factor, while others maintain the iceberg was the primary cause. The fire theory adds a new dimension to the story, suggesting that the disaster was the result of a combination of unfortunate events rather than a single, isolated incident. Regardless, the fire theory adds another layer of complexity to the Titanic story. It serves as a reminder that history is often more intricate than it appears, and that even well-known events can hold hidden depths waiting to be explored. The Titanic's legacy continues to evolve as we uncover more about the circumstances that led to its tragic end. The Titanic wasn't just big, it was luxurious. It boasted opulent staterooms, grand staircases, and even a swimming pool. First-class passengers enjoyed fine dining, live music, and every comfort imaginable. The ship featured state-of-the-art technology, including electric lights and a wireless telegraph system. It was designed to be the epitome of comfort and sophistication. The Titanic was a glimpse into the future of ocean travel. Section 5. The Hidden Inferno. The fire in the Titanic's coal bunker was a serious problem. Coal fires were common on steamships, but this one was particularly intense. It burned for days before the Titanic left port. The fire's heat may have reached 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit. This extreme heat could have weakened the steel hull. Some experts believe the weakened hull made the ship more susceptible to damage upon impact. Section 6. A series of unfortunate events. The Titanic's sinking wasn't just one mistake, it was a series of unfortunate events. The crew received multiple iceberg warnings that day but failed to react in time. The ship's speed, combined with the calm sea, made it harder to maneuver. Additionally, the number of lifeboats on board was insufficient. There were enough for only half the passengers and crew. Regulations at the time didn't require enough lifeboats for everyone. Section 7. Could this disaster have been prevented? The Titanic's sinking raises many what-if questions. Could the disaster have been prevented? If the fire had been extinguished sooner, would the hull have been stronger? If the ship had slowed down, could it have avoided the iceberg? If there had been enough lifeboats, could more lives have been saved? These questions haunt historians and continue to spark debate. The Titanic serves as a tragic reminder of the importance of safety precautions and human error. Section 8. Unanswered questions and lessons learned. Even with new evidence, some mysteries remain. What was the exact size and shape of the iceberg? How did the fire impact the ship's structural integrity? Why weren't more lives saved? The Titanic teaches us about the dangers of hubris and the importance of preparedness. It also reminds us of the fragility of life and the enduring power of hope. Section 9. The Titanic's legacy. The Titanic's story continues to captivate the world. It has inspired countless books, films, and documentaries. The wreckage, discovered in 1985, provides a haunting glimpse into the past. The Titanic serves as a solemn reminder of a maritime tragedy and the human cost of ambition. It also highlights the importance of learning from the past to prevent future disasters.